Get ready to use up that leftover wrapping paper from the holidays because in today's video, I'll be showing you how to create a luxurious holographic crystal DIY using a few inexpensive products. If you love creating unique pieces of art for your home, you're in the right place, my friend. So let's jump right into creating a joyous piece of art for your holiday celebrations. Hello, my friend. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to design a beautiful piece of functional art. So what you're looking at are two handles that I got at Hobby Lobby. They were about $3 each, and I decided to spray them with this chrome spray paint. You're also going to need a piece of cheap MDF board, which I got at Home Depot. I think it was $9, and it's a 12 by 18. These are all pre-cut, so you could just pick one up from your local Home Depot or Lowe's if you have one around, or, I'm sure you know where all your hardware stores are in your area. They may go by a different name. But anyway, grab a piece of wrapping paper. I chose this beautiful roll of holographic wrapping paper that had like a filigree design and some snowflakes on it. And this is really going to make this piece look amazing when it's done. Not only that, I'm going to show you how to use a special product to create this holographic look if you can't find this type of wrapping paper, or if you have another type of wrapping paper that you want to use where you add in a few areas that are holographic. I'll show you that in a few minutes. But first, all I needed to do was trim down a piece of wrapping paper to cover this MDF board, and I left it a little bit larger than the board just so after I was done gluing it down, I could go back and trim off the excess. I didn't want to cut it too short. So I used a little bit of Mod Podge here. I thoroughly saturated this board with it, and I laid the wrapping paper right on top of this to dry. Now, when you put your Mod Podge down, you want to really concentrate on covering it well, but you really, really want those edges saturated good because you don't want this paper lifting up. So you'll see here that I spread out the Mod Podge in a nice, not thick, but not thin layer either. I really saturated it good. You don't want any floating pools of the Mod Podge. You want it all to be nice and level, but you really want to pounce that glue into the edge of the board so it does hold that paper down well. And once you lay the paper on top of that, just spread out any air bubbles that may be underneath. You can use your hands like I did, or a credit card, something like that. And then flip the board over and put a lot of weight on the back of it. I used canned goods from my closet. You want to just weigh it down. Make sure, especially around the edges, that there's weight so it makes good contact with that glue and it dries well and the paper doesn't lift up in any of the areas. So I used a ton of cans here, you can see. And I just placed them in the middle and, more importantly, around that edge. So once I was done with that, I let it dry for about 6 hours. When I came back, I took the cans away and then I just trimmed down the excess using my razor knife. Now I know that this tray, that's what we're going to make, a luxury tray, is holiday themed, but we still have New Year's coming up. And we're going to have this for next year, but you can pull out a paper that is seasonal or something that you can use year round and use this for all of the occasions, okay? So now that I've done that, I've brought out a chrome marker and I'm just going to outline some areas that I want to alter. I'm going to be making a holographic area that's covered in crystal on two of the edges of this tray. This was a really simple DIY that I wanted to throw out there for the holidays. I know everybody's busy, myself included, and I was able to complete this in one day. So it was really easy to do, and I wanted to share the information with you. So once I marked off these areas that I wanted to alter, I went and taped the back of my board off. I forgot to do that in the beginning. You should just do that before you start doing anything to this board. Just tape it off to keep it nice and clean on the back side. If you want to paint the underside, you can. That's perfectly fine. However, I don't care much about that, so I'm not going to. Now what I'm doing is I'm using a ruler on the two edges where I'm going to put the handles, and I'm just making sure that they are centered. Now, I am going to attach these handles temporarily using hot glue, and you will see why a little further in the video. But for now, hot glue will work just to keep them in place while I continue working. So I just put two little globs of hot glue and stuck it to the board. Did the same thing on the other side. And here is side two. Again, I'm just using the ruler and placing that right in the center. So now for those two areas that I marked off, I'm going to white them out with a little bit of white acrylic paint. Very simple. What I want to do is make two crystallized areas that have a total sheet of holographic effect underneath them, which is going to make the crystals really fantastic when you look at them. So we're going to white this out, and then I'm going to come in with some Mod Podge once it's dry, and I'm going to place that on top of the white paint, and I'm going to sprinkle some amazing silver holographic glitter on top of that. All of the products that I use other than the MDF board and the handles will be in the description of this video. I'll put links down there for them. This is the glitter. It's absolutely fantastic, and it creates such an amazing sparkle underneath the stones. So again, this is just Mod Podge, and I'm painting it down, and while it's wet, I'll sprinkle that glitter on top of it. Once this is sprinkled down, I'll give it about an hour to dry, and then I'll shake off the excess, which is why I put paper plates under there just to catch whatever didn't adhere to the board. So again, I'm doing this on both areas that I painted white on top of that wrapping paper. Can I just give Hobby Lobby a shout out really quick, because their wrapping paper is amazing, and when they have it for like 90% off, it's even better. So anyway, here is my brew of crystals. I have some crushed glass. I have crushed reflective glass. I have some clear acrylic little diamonds that I got off of Amazon years ago. And what I'm going to do once those areas are dry is just sprinkle this mixture on top of that area and kind of form the shape of the crystal patch before I go adhering everything down. This is just an easy way to work with something like crushed glass. If you're using Mod Podge to glue it down, then you would obviously put that down first, but I'm using resin. And with resin, it's the easy way to go. So I have a two-part resin here, which means there's an A and a B. And what you do is take equal amounts of both bottles, pour them into one single cup, and then you mix them together for 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the instructions. When you mix them together, you want to, throughout the process, clean off your stick front and back, side and side, to make sure any unmixed resin is incorporated into the cup that you're mixing. Make sure you follow the directions and wear proper PPE, proper ventilation in your home when using this stuff, and it will be a really fun product to work with. I love using it. Now, what I do is just kind of drizzle a little bit of clear resin over those loose crystals first. And then I'll come in and cover the entire board with the resin because this is going to give me a durable, shiny gloss finish on my tray. And I'll be able to use this to present things. You could put your napkin holders on it. You can, you know, use your imagination, whatever you want to use it for. There are food safe resins out there. If you want to use it for a display of crackers and cheese, something like that, although I wouldn't put it right on top of that surface, I would put the crackers and cheese on a crystal plate and then put it on top of the tray. And for cleanup, you just want to use a mild soap and warm water, and it'll shine right back up. Or even something like a Windex. You don't want to use a harsh chemical on it to clean it. But anyway, it's more of a statement piece to display things on. And again, it doesn't have to be holiday themed. I just wanted to show you how beautiful this holographic paper worked for this, but you can, do one that's floral if you want. So I also decided to make 4 matching drink coasters to go with it. I had these little wood rounds in my stash that I just glued a piece of that paper to, and now I'm coating it in the resin as well. And once you have everything coated, you're going to go in with some sort of heat to pop air bubbles because there will be air bubbles in the resin from you mixing it. So I use a little chef torch. You can use a heat gun or embossing tool if you have one of those. You just want to go over the surface really quickly and pop any air bubbles you might see. And believe me, you'll be able to see them. So once we're done with this step, we only have a few things left to do and we are done. So we're going to let this sit for 24 hours and then we're going to come back and you're going to see just how beautiful of an effect you get in those crystal areas and the board itself from using that holographic wrapping paper. It really is a stunner. Now, it's very hard to see on camera. You can see the holographic paper lighting up, but the crystal areas are just amazing. The laying of the holographic glitter underneath that patch really just made it sparkle like no tomorrow. And again, it's hard for you to see on camera. I apologize. But it is a really pretty thing to look at. So now we need to remove the tape on the back. And I want to tell you that's very simple to do. You can either just lift it up and pull, but if there are resin drips that are hard, all you have to do is heat them up with a little bit of heat from a heating tool, and they will peel right up and off the board. So the tape keeps that back really nice and clean. And I just want to mention the handles on the board now are permanent because the resin is like concrete when it dries. So that's why we used just a little hot glue to hold them on temporarily, because I knew I was going to use resin and that was going to make them permanent. So now here are some little knobs that I bought off Amazon, believe it or not. I got like a 24 pack of them, really inexpensive. And I'm going to attach those to the back side as little feet for my tray. So that's going to add another element. And all I'm using is a little bit of hot glue for a temporary hold with Gorilla Glue that's going to be my permanent hold. This way I can flip it over and show you guys what it looks like while that Gorilla Glue dries, because I used that little bit of hot glue to hold them on. So we have all 4 feet on, and now I'm going to show you what everything looks like. So here are our little coasters. How beautiful are those? And what you're going to do with those is you're going to put a little cork back on them so they don't scratch up your table. Very easily. Make sure You tape off the back before you create them, just like the board, and you're going to pull that off, and you're going to get some of these little round cork bottoms that they sell at Hobby Lobby for like $4. And you're going to take some glue, and you're just going to glue it to the back of the coaster. I'm not going to show you that. I've done this a million times on this channel, and it's very self-explanatory. I don't think you need a step-by-step for that. So Gorilla Glue works great. Put some on the back of the coaster and just sit it on top of that cork backing. And now here we go. Let's just take another quick look of this. I really enjoy it. It looks so classy. It costs me all of, I think, $20 to make when you calculate the little bit of resin I had to use and the paper that I had. The handles were a couple bucks each. And, the cute little coaster set, absolutely beautiful. It was really easy to make, and I think it would make a great display on anyone's dining room table or kitchen counter. So, my friends, with that being said, I want to thank you all for joining me today. If you enjoyed this easy DIY, be sure to like the video on the way out, and more importantly, leave a comment letting me know what you think. I want to wish you all a happy new year. I want to wish you all the best for 2026. And again, I just want to say how grateful I am for your viewership. Don't forget to check out the description of this video for some of the links for the products that I used today and ways to follow me on social media. You can click that link to join my Facebook group, United We Pour Fluid Art Group. And even though it's called a Fluid Art Group, we have all types of art that you can share in there. So if you make one of these trays, come on over there and show me what you made. I'd love to see it. I should probably change the name of that group to, something else, since I don't really do too much acrylic pouring anymore. But anyway, I love all types of art, and I'm all over the place with it. One day I'm pouring paint over the toilet, and today I'm making a luxury DIY crystal tray. So that's just me. Anyways, I love you all. I want to thank you so very much for joining me again. I hope you have a safe, happy, and more than anything, a healthy 2026. So, until next Sunday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, have a great week ahead and happy creating.